Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and there's a new article from Crypto Newsflash titled Roadmap for Spark Token Airdrop for XRP Holders, and I want to run through some of this information to keep everybody as informed as is possible. And by the way, so I put out a video the other day to a pretty damn closely related topic. I just want to mention this. I'm not going to go in depth because I went in depth in a previous video, like I said, just the other day, but I want to make sure people are aware of this. This is the article I covered from the Daily Hodl. Second airdrop coming to XRP holders. Here's the latest on yield flare. So just to be clear here, this is an airdrop of an airdrop, which frankly sounds hilarious to me. But hey, you know what? More free money, effectively. Presumably, if this thing gets adopted, presumably it would ultimately be traded on exchanges, and so you as a Spark holder could get this. So first, as an XRP holder, you're entitled to Spark, and then as a Spark holder, you're entitled to yield flare. And so I just want to know if there's going to be another airdrop after that. Yes, an airdrop of an airdrop of an airdrop. And I hope the answer is yes. Who frickin' knows, though? I just kind of got a kick out of this, so I want to mention that. And also, please be aware, if you're in the United States, of the tax implications. And look, I don't have any sort of background on this. I read on the topic, and I'm going to share with you just some of the information here. But from what I've gathered from this piece from Coin Tracker, is effectively whatever the Spark token is worth when you claim it, that's going to be result in your tax responsibility. So check this out. Airdrops are free coins that are sent to your wallet. Coins are generally airdropped to your wallet by ICO issuers or an existing blockchain network like Spark token to increase awareness, improve marketing and publicity for the project. Sometimes you may get coins through airdrops, and you may not even know about it until you check your Coin Tracker account. The IRS has specified that new coins received through an airdrop are taxed as ordinary income. Therefore, you owe income taxes on new coins you have in your wallet as a result of an airdrop, and that's regardless of whether or not you intended to own these coins or not. So the amount of income is the fair market value of the airdrop coins at the time they are received in the wallet. So think about that. Let's just say you make $50,000 a year, and you got your Spark tokens, and let's say that you're a heavy bag holder, and your Spark tokens, when they hit, are worth 50 grand. Well, now you're bumped into a whole different tax bracket because your income for the year will be reported as $100,000, even if you don't sell that the airdrop Spark tokens and realize actual profit. Sounds wacky, but that's the way it's done here in the United States. Hooray! Good times. Not really, though. All right, into this piece now. Roadmap for Spark token airdrop for XRP holders published. And also, I should mention, too, there's always new subscribers coming on board, so I feel like I need to say this in every video, and I do. I'm sorry if it's annoying, but it's the right thing to do. I want to be clear that I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I just think it's fun to talk about these things, and I run this YouTube channel as my most favoritist hobby ever, but that is all that it is. So no financial background, no legal background, no sort of accounting background, period. And so the piece begins. Even before the SEC filed its securities lawsuit against Ripple, Flare Network's Spark token, which is FLR for short, that's a little 3-digit code, airdrop was a strong reason for pumping XRP price. I actually dispute that because before that, just from a technical perspective, because I follow a ton of chart analysts, and I had never seen so many lines say, hey, this thing's about to pop. And it wasn't because of anything from a fundamental perspective. They were all looking at the chart and they said, this thing's seriously about to go. And I reported on that for a few days. And then it actually happened. It just took off, and we saw XRP get up to somewhere in the neighborhood of 80 cents. And so, yeah, there could be anecdotally some people that purchased for that reason. I know for sure that happened, actually. But it was going to pop regardless. So if you think that that's the real reason this happened, I just respectfully disagree. I don't think it had any sort of measurable impact, right? But anyway, and you can also look at how much was claimed as a result. So like you can get a feel for how much of that, potentially, and some of that would have happened anyway, though. So anyway, even though the hype has died down a bit since December 12th snapshot, the project is still considered a game changer in the XRP community. Flare will add smart contract functionality to the XRP ledger, opening up the XRPL to DeFi markets. And don't you think it's weird that the SEC allowed all of this? They allowed this to happen. They knew that they were at a point where they were going to be going after Ripple, and they allowed an airdrop based on what they claim is a security. Does that not sound fishy or ridiculous in the least? I mean, it's not quite as ridiculous as the fact that the SEC was running a node, helping transact all of these what they allege to be unregistered securities transactions. They helped that, which is just freaking absurd. It's not as absurd as that, but still, is this real life? I don't know. Are we like in the Matrix or something? I don't understand what's going on here, but life does not make sense. I'll just continue with the piece. In a post via Twitter, the Flare community Twitter account shared the roadmap of the Flare Finance token, which is DFLR, airdrop. This shows how XRP holders can obtain the Spark token and subsequently DFLR tokens. And so, to be clear here, Flare Finance, that's the airdrop of the airdrop. Basically, they're the ones that are running that one. I know it gets confusing because they both call themselves Flare. I don't really care for that just because it adds the confusion, but whatever. Flare Networks was the first one, and then Flare Finance is the second entity that exists because Flare Networks exist. I know, it sounds convoluted. It kind of is. Anyway, although there is no concrete launch date for the mainnet yet, developers are targeting Q1 to Q2. However, the distribution of Spark tokens will not be as easy as originally thought. According to the roadmap, initially, shortly before the mainnet launch of Flare Networks, only 15% of all FLR will be distributed to the eligible accounts. These are those that held XRP on a wallet of their own or a participating exchange as of December 12th, which is the snapshot date. And the remaining 85% will be issued over a period of 25 to 34 months. So eligible accounts will receive around 3% of their total FLR token entitlement each month. So contrary to initial expectations, there will not be a 100% payout at the launch of mainnet. And so that's their attempt to not have the market flooded and then just people getting it and then selling, because they think that would suppress the price. So, okay, whether or not that's right or wrong, I was sitting here thinking about, because I'm in the United States, I was like, what does this mean for my taxes? Because if I'm going to get most of my Spark tokens down the road, I don't know what's going to happen for sure in terms of price action, but I bet they'll be worth more in the future, which means my tax implications are going to be potentially much greater. That kind of burns my biscuits. I personally am not particularly thrilled about that, but whatever, free money, I'll take it. All right. And then there's this piece. This I found interesting. This is from CoinDesk. Jim Cramer tells $731 million Powerball winner to put 5% in Bitcoin. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna play. I don't play the lottery. But if I were a winner to that degree, I would put substantially more than 5% into Bitcoin and crypto. Substantially more. You turn that 730 million into billions, right? Well, obviously. So the way the lottery typically works is in the United States here, typically, it would actually be half that, and then of the half, you actually get taxed on half of that too, because the number it's if you don't take the lump sum payout, and so then you get paid out potentially, I don't know what it would be, like decades or whatever, and that's because they're investing your money for you. But people would actually be better off to just take the smaller lump sum and get taxed on. But anyway, that's outside the scope of what I meant to talk about here. And nothing against you if you play the lottery. When I was much younger, I did. When I was like 18, briefly, I kind of played it a little bit. Maybe that was just in part because you have to be 18 here in the United States to play the lottery, and so maybe it's just like the novelty of being able to do it. But I will say, and I don't mean this to offend anybody that plays the lottery, but I've got my brother. I've got a few brothers, but one of them, it just makes me laugh anytime I hear it. He says that the lottery is the idiot tax because you it's more likely you're going to get struck by lightning like twice inside of like 5 minutes, right? It's like that, and so putting that money to use elsewhere would probably be wise. But anyway. No offense to anybody out there that's playing it. I just think it's kind of funny. And plus, you should be able to make fun of yourself a little bit. Come on. All right, so into this. Stock-picking personality Jim Cramer recommended the unknown Maryland-based winner of Wednesday's $731 million Powerball jackpot, allocate 5% of his or her newfound fortune in Bitcoin. And here's a quote. "You know what? If you won the lottery, yes, I'm going to say it. 5% in Bitcoin." That's a quote right from Jim Cramer. And he said that Thursday night on his Mad Money program. His investment advice, of course, came with a few caveats. Don't buy the Bitcoin all at once. Don't buy it on the weekend. Crypto could be incredibly volatile, he said, on the day Bitcoin tanked 13%. Well, it's going to be volatile, but even though maybe that's reasonable advice, maybe it is, if you got a long-term mindset, I don't think it's really going to matter anyway. I don't see Bitcoin going away, so take that for what it's worth. I just found it kind of fascinating. The degree to which this is mainstream now is fascinating. It was not like this during the bull run in 2017. I was here for it. It was not like this with all the institutional money coming in, publicly traded companies buying, major household names that certainly were not in it 3 years ago. Now speaking on behalf like Jim Cramer, no, he was not always pro Bitcoin. He just kind of changed his mind as a result of what's happened over the last year. But it's just interesting stuff. It's not going away, and it's exciting to be here before the vast majority of humans ever have the opportunity. And so I personally am not going to squander this. I am allocating my funds accordingly. But I will wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.